Starting a new body of work for a particular exhibition, I had to have a think about what I wanted the whole body of work to look like. And I had been working a lot on the still lifes with the glassware and the plants. And I think during COVID I was at home more, and so that kind of direction just happened, and getting out into the landscape happened less. So I kind of was already heading in that direction, and so I just thought it'd be nice to have a solitary theme. So I decided to call it the Wild Garden and try and include as many wild things in the way the plants are shown. So including grasses and weeds and lots of twirling bits and pieces, so that they don't look too controlled. So the whole body of work will be just plants and flowers and things like that. I've started working in oil a lot lately, but a lot of my work is still in acrylic, and I found when I'm mixing background colours with acrylic, if I want to go back and rework areas and I've got a background colour that I've mixed, I find it easy to have a whole tub of that colour mixed, so that when I go back and I want to change something or add something or adjust something, I've got that solid colour mix, because a lot of my paintings do have one singular solid colour in the background. And sometimes I put them up on the wall. If there's a particular colour that I've mixed for the background, I'll just pin it to the pin board with the number of the painting so I can check on it, and how I mixed it so that I can mix it again. I really love this colour that I call cement, but it's just sort of like this really warm grey. If I don't write down how I mixed it, next time I go, oh, how did I get that greeniness to the grey? I'm also exploring a lot of dark backgrounds now, and I thought that would be hard with the glassware and the green and having almost a black. It's like an indigo black colour behind, but I actually love it now, and I think I'll be exploring more of that too, the darker background. And it looks really nice framed in a dark frame. I think it suits it. The dahlias are flowering. Normally I would just be going down there, collecting them, trying to work out what they'll look good with, and bringing them up and setting it up in the studio on my drafting drawers. And I usually hang a sheet or something behind them so it's a plain white colour behind them, and arranging them. However, sometimes I get a backlog. So at the moment the dahlias are ready, and I've got some really beautiful Banksias I want to paint. I've got a whole lot of weeds I want to paint, and I have to make a choice. How long will the dahlias be down there, and how long can I leave them while I get what I've already got in the studio done? So sometimes it's a hard decision. You work around the garden, but I do go for walks along the creek sometimes, and it's amazing what you can find. It doesn't have to be anything. I wouldn't pick anything that I shouldn't, but you know, weeds and things like that, nobody really minds, and I just gather them up, and I'm really interested in doing them at the moment. I usually have something very clear in my mind, and that usually the plants that I've collected is the starting point. If I go for a walk and I just collect weeds or dandelions or something, I'm already seeing, well, this is mainly green, touches of yellow. How can I bring that into a painting? And so that'll direct what background colour I use, what glassware I use. And sometimes I like to really mix it up, so that if I've got something like really a dandelion or a weed, I like to put that in cut glass, because it's a nice contrast to the informality of the plant and the formality of the vessel. So that's kind of fun. Other plants, I think if they're really a complex plant, they need a very simple vessel, and I quite like simple cylinders and just grouping them together and having like a Banksia with all its detail in something very understated. So you kind of got to look at the plant and look at the glassware, look at the colour of the background, and just kind of work out what works together.